The Void is a movie that marries theme and execution to create a compelling Lovecraftian tale that stays true to the ideas put forth by the work that inspires it. In this video, I want to unpack some of the themes of The Void, and how it uses them to effectively tell a story of cosmic horror.
Beverly, what? Jesus Christ.
One theme prevalent in The Void is the reliance on primitive instincts and technology by characters. Melee weapons do more damage than guns, and while eventually a shotgun becomes a powerful weapon, it's fitting that a large blast will still hurt a creature less than an axe seems to. This theme goes hand in hand with the horror genre, where characters often act solely on their base instincts.
Look out! I'm keeping the fucking gun.
Insanity is a huge theme of all Lovecraftian tales. Although it is never explicitly said which characters turn to insanity and when, there's a lot of uncertainty within the plot about what is real and what is imagined.
What's a good word, Carter? You still awake?
The movie is told from the perspective of Daniel, and throughout the course of the movie he blacks out multiple times, leading to time jumps. It's always unclear how long these time jumps are, and it helps to suddenly introduce the idea that Daniel may not be seeing reality, or may be an unreliable narrator.
How are you feeling?
Similar to John Carpenter's The Thing, the monsters retain some small parts of humanity, another hint that the madness of the characters is the true horror. Towards the climax of the film, as characters try to navigate to the basement of the hospital, it is made clear that they are no longer in the hospital, and very possibly not in the real world.
He went down the wrong stairs.
There's only one set of stairs. I know where they're going. Hello? Carter!
Okay, you call ahead to Marsh. Let him know that it's me. It's bringing him in. You call ahead.
Another theme of the film is unanswered questions.
Dispatch, call ahead.
This is shown in two ways, the first being very literally, where main characters, particularly Danny, our point of view character, often ask questions about what is happening and never receive an answer.
Where'd you find this guy?
Any fucking blood on me.
Even the characters who are introduced as those who have dealt with the situation previously are clueless as to what's really going on.
Do you know what's down there?
Nope.
But the movie goes even further and keeps the audience entirely in the dark about what's going on. We keep cutting back to shots of the titular void, and there is a vague creature-like shape in the clouds. At the end of the film, we receive some explanation as to what Dr. Powell's goal is, but never how he plans to achieve it. The last major theme of the film is also common to Lovecraftian stories, and it's that of age and generation. When we first get to the hospital, Daniel meets Maggie, who is pregnant, and who is accompanied by her grandpa. Daniel's late father is brought up multiple times, and both he and his ex-wife Allison and Dr. Powell lost their children.
Losing my daughter changed me, but I'm doing what I have to make it right.
It's this loss that causes Powell to search for the power that the void gives him, and in turn he becomes the antagonist of the film.
Please tell me where Allison is. Just... You tell me, goddammit. You tell me where she is!
The film's denouement is crucial to tying all these scenes together, and while it stumbles a little, it does a pretty competent job of doing so. Sean, in the basement, relies on his oldest instincts and decides to run from the monster in a desperate attempt for survival. The last time it is shown being defeated, the monster is defeated by fire. When Sean does escape the monster, he finds himself back in the hospital, and the building shows no sign of the ordeal, leaving it unclear as to whether any of the events of the film actually happened. We also see Daniel and Allison lost in the void, leaving to the audience's imagination what happens next to them. Lastly, when Sean finds Kim, we see that not only do the youngest characters survive, but they are also the characters with the least dialogue. As dialogue is typically symbolic of a character thinking, we can interpret the film such that the characters that thought the least were most unaffected by the madness, and that this is the reason they were able to survive. The Void isn't a perfect film, but it explores its ideas and themes well, and it's a joy to watch. For anybody who's a fan of Lovecraftian horror, and for those that want a movie reminiscent of the fantastic horror of the 80s, including killer practical effects, I'd recommend giving The Void a look.
Tell me what you see.
I see. A monster that thinks he's God.
I'm disappointed. All the things I've shown you, and you still don't understand.